Hello, you guys. So I'm doing my radio show tonight, Rolling with a Diva, because I still do my radio show. And I'm on the radio, and I'm like, okay. And I noticed that the little caller queue has a caller, and I'm like, well, that's cool, So I answer it, and it was Paul from Virginia. Well, Paul from Virginia had some issues. But you know what? In me being the person that I am, maybe everybody needs their 30 seconds on the radio. He had a little bit more, but he was telling me about his this poem he wrote, and that he liked that my radio show was on encouragement and inspiration. So I was about to say, hold on, and he just started reading this poem. And me being Sabrina, and I'm just not going to cut him off because that was just rude. So I let him read his poem, and then he kept going on, and I said, "Okay, Paul, well, thank you." And he was still speaking when I put him on hold because now everybody can come on the show and you can say something, but when you go to overtalk me on my own show, I'm like, you need to get your own podcast and go with those poems. And he says, you don't know something about it. I think he said, I've been on everybody's show and people know me. And then he said to me, well, if you want to contact me, you can write down my number. I'm like, well, I'm on the air. Here's my email. And then he proceeded to go on about emails and people on social media, and that's when he got clicked because we don't need that drama. So I just think that's funny. So my thing is, everybody needs a moment. Is it gonna hurt you to give somebody 30 seconds or a minute or even 5 minutes? No. But if they're starting to take a little bit more than that and you don't even really know them, and even if it's a family member and you need your own minute, just say, okay, thank you. We'll talk about this later, or whatever you want to say. But he got clicked. So, yeah, everybody needs their 30 seconds of fame somewhere in life, whether it's on a stage, whether it's on a podcast, or whether it's in your own living room.